students. In this class, we will be discussing the subject of BCom Part 2nd, Corporate Accounting, and the topic is Redemption of Debentures. Now, what is redemption of debentures? Redemption of debentures means repaying the amount due to debenture holders. At the time of issue of debentures, the terms of redemption, the amount and method of redemption, etc. are required to be clearly stated to the debentures holders. There are various methods of redemption of debentures. Number one is by payment in lump sum, and this lump sum can be paid out of capital or issue of new debentures or shares, out of accumulated profits. Number 2, by annual drawings or draw of lots. Number 3, by purchase in open market. And number 4, by conversion in shares and debentures. The sources from which debentures may be redeemed are like from redemption out of capital, from redemption out of profits, redemption by conversion, etc. In this class, we will be discussing the first two methods, that is by payment in lump sum, redeeming the debentures by payment in lump sum, and by annual drawings. Now, first of all, I will be discussing redemption out of capital. If at the time of redemption, adequate profits are not transferred from surplus account to the debenture redemption reserve account, such redemption is said to be out of capital. When the amount of debentures to be redeemed is small, the method of redemption out of capital is followed. Whenever the liquid position of the company permits, the debenture holders are given due notice in accordance with the terms of redemption and payment is made. The company may issue new shares or debentures for making arrangement of funds for redemption. Journal entries for this are: when redemption is done at par, the entry is debentures account debited to bank account, being debentures redeemed at par, and the amount is face value of debentures. When redemption is done at premium, the journal entry will be debentures account debited, premium on redemption of debentures account debited to bank account. In front of debentures, we will be writing face value of debentures. In front of premium, we will be writing premium payable on redemption, and to bank is total of the above two. Now, with the amount the premium is to be written off, then the entry will be P&L account debited, securities premium account debited to premium on redemption of debentures account. Sometimes redemption is done at discount, very rare, debentures account debited to bank account to profit on debentures account, and profit on redemption of debentures account is transferred to capital reserve account ultimately. Okay, this is by payment in lump sum. Now, redemption of debentures out of profits. When adequate amount of profit is transferred from surplus account to debenture redemption reserve account at the time of redemption of debentures, such redemption is known as redemption out of profits. In addition to the explained above, out of capital, the journal entry will be surplus account debited to debenture redemption reserve account. This is the journal entry we will be making. According to section 71(4) of Companies Act 2013, the provisions are: when a company issues debentures after the commencement of this act, it shall create a debenture redemption reserve for redemption of such debentures, to which adequate amount shall be credited from out of its profits available for payment of dividend every year until such debentures are redeemed. The amounts credited to debenture redemption reserve shall not be utilized by the company except for the purpose aforesaid. The company shall pay interest and redeem the debentures in accordance with the terms and conditions of their issue. The SEBI guidelines for this are: according to Rule 18(7) of the Companies Share Capital and Debentures Rule 2014, the company shall create a debenture redemption reserve for the purpose of redemption of debentures in accordance with the conditions are: the DRR shall be created out of profits of the company available for payment of dividend. The company shall create DRR in accordance with the following conditions. No DRR is required for debentures issued by all India Financial Institutes AIFI regulated by RBI and banking companies for both public as well as privately placed debentures. A company shall create DRR equivalent to the at least 25% of the face value of the debentures issued before starting the redemption of debentures. Every company required to create DRR shall in or before the 30th day of April in each year invested in specific securities, bonds or deposits with a scheduled bank free from any charge or lien as the case may be, a sum which shall not be less than 15% of the amount of its debentures maturing during the year ending 31st day of March of the next year. So these are the conditions, and for creation of this DRR, the journal entry will be surplus account debited to debenture redemption reserve account. Annual installment is to be transferred to DRR account, and for investment made or amount deposited made in specified securities, an entry will be debentures redemption investment account to bank. For encashment of investment, we will be making the entry bank account debited to redemption investment account. And after redemption of all debentures, balance of debenture redemption account will be transferred to general reserve account for the, and the following entry will be passed: debenture redemption reserve account debited to general reserve. The reserve is transferred to general reserve after the redemption of debenture is completed. Debenture redemption reserve is credited out of current year's profits only. The amount to be transferred to DRR will be calculated on the basis of amount of debentures and period of redemption. However, section 71(4) does not specify the percentage on amount to be transferred to DRR. Thus, a company cannot redeem non-convertible debentures unless the accumulated balance in debentures redemption reserve is at least 25% of the par value of non-convertible debentures and non-convertible portion of partly convertible debentures issued by the company. If redemption is debentures is not out of profits, it is known as redemption out of capital. No DRR will be created of debentures redeemed out of capital. If profits are not retained for redemption, then the profits are distributed by a way of dividend. So the term redemption out of capital is used. However, complete out of capital is not permitted as per the SEBI guidelines for creation of debenture redemption reserve. I can explain you with a practical example. For example, Mr. X Limited desires to redeem the debentures like 5,000 10% debentures of rupees 1,000 each to be redeemed at par. Then in that case, the journal entry will be uh, surplus account debited, and for this uh, the company, so surplus account debited to DRR account. For this, the you have to make the DRR account equal to 25% of the nominal value of debentures issued according to section 71(4). Then investment is to be made, debenture redemption investment account debited to bank for investment made at the rate of 15% of the nominal value of debentures to be redeemed. And then on the date of encashment, the journal entry will be bank account debited to debenture redemption investment account. And then on the date of redemption, journal entry will be debentures account debited to bank. So in this way, we will be doing, and then after that, on the last day, DRR will be transferred to general reserve. Debenture redemption reserve account debited to general reserve. So this is the first method we have discussed when debentures are redeemed out of capital or out of profits. So I hope you all understood the methods, the sections, the laws, the rules and regulations of redemption of debentures. Okay, thank you for this class.